Alright, so I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to take you through step by step what my daily stretch and mobility routine looks like. And I've made this as part of my routine because I want to maintain really good flexibility and mobility. Or I should say it's just about maintenance for me. I'm not the most flexible and mobile person, and I am prone to getting sciatic pain. So I implemented this around 6 months ago just to make sure that I really minimise my risk of getting any back pain. So it doesn't stop it completely. What I will say is when I'm doing things like running maybe 4 or 5 times a week, is that this routine's not quite enough. You do have to go a little bit more and do a few different things as well. But for the most part, when I'm exercising relatively normally, then this will maintain good mobility and flexibility to be able to do the things that I want to do and reduce that back pain. So this won't take you too long. It'll take you around about 5 minutes every day. Everyone's got 5 minutes, so really there's no excuse. So let's start by going into our Samson stretch like that. So with this one, we're really focusing on working on that back of the leg in that hip flexor there and really trying to get mobility. We often tighten up through that hip flexor because we're seating down so much during the day. So really give that one a good stretch. You can tilt your hips a little bit to get that stretch even more, but you should feel that straight down, particularly up the upper part of that leg. From there, we're just going to drop into a pigeon stretch. Now with this pigeon stretch, we want to try to keep our shin there as flat as we can, or as kind of getting that 90-degree angle in our knee as much as we can, and then trying to sink as low as we can on that side. You should feel this stretch up around the glutes and in that hip joint. Really good for that hip mobility. From there, we just go around to the other side. So we do that back leg now, really giving that a good stretch out. Each of these stretches we want to be holding from 30 seconds to a minute. If you want to make some more changes, then I highly recommend about 2 minutes each side that we're holding this for. Today, obviously, I'm going through this a little bit quicker, just so I don't bore you too much. Again, we're working on that pigeon stretch on this side, trying to sink down as low as we can. And now we'll go into our downward dog position. Really try and push our heels to the ground and get our head through, stretching out that back as well as our calves and hamstrings. From there, just hold that one again for 20-30 seconds. Just extend back up, the cat stretch. And again, we can go to that again. Try to get a little bit more range the second time. And then now I'm just going to work on that back stretch. So we're lying out like that, grabbing our knee with our opposite arm and just rotating across, trying to keep that bottom leg in place. And the other side. Got a crack that time, crack is good. And last of all, this is what I finish with. It's just sitting down, the bottom of a nice strong squat, really using our elbows to push our knees out. You can just sit there, really trying to get lower and lower. And then occasionally we might want to just come across and stretch out our calf, either side, and then just come back and sit in the middle. So holding this one for about a minute or so. This obviously helps us with when we are squatting in the gym, but it also helps generally as well. Like if we can get into a really good position down the bottom of a squat like that, means our hips have pretty good mobility there. And again, we're going to be less prone to having those back pain issues. Alright, so give those ones a go. As I said, it takes you about 5 minutes, that's all you need. It's just making that time every single day, being consistent with it, and you're going to minimise your chance of injury. You're going to, for the most part, eliminate a lot of the back pain if you are getting that side of things with tightening up and that sort of thing. Not disc-related issues, but any sciatic issues can definitely be eased by doing those sorts of exercises every day. Give those a go.